Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing part 5, the final part of all 225 movies I saw in 2022 ranked. So this is from 43 to number 1, so you get to finally know what my top 10 movies of the year are. Anyway, let's get straight into it. Starting off with number 43, which for me is The Outfit. I gave this film 4 out of 5 stars and 80% a B minus and an 8 out of 10. I think The Outfit was a fun movie. I liked the kind of feel of this film. It's really good. The cast was really good from Mark Riley and Zoe Dutch, Johnny Flynn, Dylan O'Brien, directed by Graham Moore, who this is his first film, which I think he did really well. And yeah, The Outfit, really enjoyed this movie. It was a bunch of fun, and I'm excited to see this movie again. 42 for me is Marcel the Shell. God, this is a tongue twister. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, and 80% a B minus, and 8 out of 10. I think Marcel the Shell with Shoes On was a very good movie. I think Jenny Slate does amazing as Marcel. Same with the rest of the cast, directed by Dean Fleischer, who directed a lot of Marcel shorts. But Marcel the Shell with Susan was just a fun little animated movie. I really did enjoy my time with this movie. It's a great A24 film. And yeah, I know some people put this in like the top 10, but for me, it's not really that feel for me personally. But it was still was a great movie. And yeah, really excited to see it again. 41 for me is On the Count of Three. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, and 80% a B minus and an 8 out of 10. I think on the Count of Three was a very saddened movie. It has a great cast, Jared Carmichael to Christopher Abbott to Tiffany Haddish, and directed by the main star, one of the main stars, Jared Carmichael, who has directed not many like home videos, like short films. Anyway, this is his first big film. I think he did amazing, and the movie itself was really good. It's all great. I really enjoyed my time with this movie. The cast was really good. The story to this movie is a very sad movie. It's about suicide, but how they dealt with it was very good. But there are some parts which I'm like, yeah, I wish they could have been fixed up. But overall, it's number 41. It's out of 225, so it's good. Number 40 for me is Armageddon Time. I think Armageddon Time, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars and 80% a B minus and an 8 out of 10. Armageddon Time, I was just waiting so carefully to watch this movie because I was so looking forward to this. It's a great cast from Anne Hathaway, Jeremy Strong, Anthony Hopkins. Like, it has a good cast, and directed by James Gray, who has directed Ad Astra and The Lost City of Z. Two good movies. Armageddon Time, I really enjoyed my time with this movie, and then the main lead, played by Banks Repeater, I think he did amazing, and yeah, he was really good. And he was also in The Black Phone, and also Uncle Frank, so yeah. 39 for me is Jackass Forever. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars and 80% a B minus and an 8 out of 10. Yeah, basically, Jackass Forever is just a bunch of fun, really. This was one of the first movies I saw in theatres of the year, even though I saw 2 in January, or 3, I can't remember. Jackass Forever, very, very good. Very well done. It's just a stupid movie, but it's so much fun. You got your original cast back, and the new ads are really good in this movie. And yeah, Jackass Forever, like I said, it's just a fun, stupid, funny movie. And yeah, it's just a bunch of fun to have with your friends or family. And yeah, Jackass Forever is number 39 for me. Absolutely, so much fun. 38 for me is Woman King. Now we're talking about something serious. Change of topic. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, an 80%, a B minus, and an 8 out of 10. And this Woman Talking has a great cast from Rooney Mara, and Claire Foy, Jesse Buckley, Ben Whishaw, directed by Sarah Polley, who directed Stories We Can Tell. Well, I haven't really seen much of her films, but yeah, anyway. Woman Talking, I think this movie was. Oh, also Frances McDormand wasn't here. Forgot to add that. My apologies. And yeah, this movie, very good. Oh, great. I really enjoyed my time with this movie. It's about religion and stuff, and I think it, and yeah, about like sexual assault. Yeah, it's a very good movie. It's a great movie, and I'll definitely recommend you checking this out. 37 for me is 13 Lives. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, an 80%, a B minus, and an 8 out of 10. I don't know if many people have seen this movie or even like this movie, but for me, I think it's a great movie. Like a great movie. I had so much fun with 13 Lives. There's a great cast: Viggo Mortensen, Colin Farrell, Joey Edgerton. Great cast directed by Ron Howard, who directed Solo: A Star Wars Story, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey one, The Da Vinci Code, Rush, Apollo 13, Angels and Demons, Inferno. Like a good director. This movie was very good, or a great movie. It's about the Thailand soccer football team that got stuck in a cave. Good story. Really enjoyed this movie. 36 for me. Yeah. All Quiet on the Western Front. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, 80%, a B minus, and an 8 out of 10. I know a lot of people think this is probably like the top 10, but for me, I think this is a perfect spot. All Quiet on the Western Front is such an amazing movie. It's very good. I don't know if any of you have seen this before, because it is like a foreign army film, but oh my god, this movie, so amazing. The main character is Felix Camera, as they say. So if I mispronounced that, I think he did so well in this movie. And yeah, if you haven't seen this, check it out. I know it's foreign, not many people like foreign films, but this movie, you definitely should check it out. 35 for me is Barbarian. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, an 80%, a B minus, and an 8 out of 10. Barbarian, holy hell, I am surprised by this movie. I had no idea that I was going to enjoy this movie this much. It has a great cast: Georgina Campbell, Bill Skarsgård, Justin Long, directed by Zach Krieger, who this is probably one of his first major films. And yeah, this movie, oh, it was great. I loved mostly every second of this movie. There were some problems, but yeah, it's very good. It's very good. If you haven't seen it, I'll definitely check it out. This movie is all kind of fucked up. This movie is fucked up. It's God. This makes me just want to rewatch it because it's that good. It's so much fun. And yeah, number 34 for me is The Black Phone. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, at 80%, a B minus, and an 8 out of 10. The Black Phone. Oh, I've been so looking forward to talking about this movie again. The Black Phone is great. Has a great cast. Ethan Hawke is the big bad guy in this movie, called the Grabber. The Grabber, yeah. And then you got Mason Thames, is it Thames? Who plays Finney. I think he's amazing in this role. He absolutely does amazing. This movie is directed by Scott Derrickson, who directed the original Doctor Strange with, well, the first Doctor Strange and Sinister. So yeah, this movie, it's great. really enjoyed my time with this movie, and I cannot wait to rewatch it. 33 for me, and this is an animated movie. Very surprised at this high for me. It's The Bad Guys. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, 80%, a B minus, and an 8 out of 10. The Bad Guys is such a surprising movie. I had no idea that I was going to enjoy this movie, but I did. It's very good. It stars Sam Rockwell, Mark Mayron, Awkwafina, Craig Robinson, Anthony Ramos. Like a great cast by Perea Perfel. This is I think his first feature film, and yeah, the animation in this movie is amazing. Like, it's very good, and yeah, The Bad Guys, such a good, well, great movie, and I cannot wait to rewatch it. And yeah, that's definitely a fun family flick. At number 32 for me is Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, at 82%, a B minus, and an 8.2 out of 10. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Oh my god, this movie is great. It has a great cast in this movie, and of course directed by Guillermo del Toro, who has directed The Shape of Water, Pan's Labyrinth, another movie on the list, Nightmare Alley, Pacific Rim, Hellboy 2, Blade 2, like some very good movies. And yeah, I had so much fun with this movie. The cast: Ewan McGregor, Christopher Waltz, Tilda Swinton, Ron Perlman, Finn Wolfhard, Kate Blanchett, John Turturro, Tom Kenny, who plays SpongeBob. Like, a great cast. And yeah, this movie, so much fun. Really enjoyed my time with this movie, and I cannot wait to rewatch it. Also, I've got to say, the animation in this movie is beautiful. Number 31 for me is The Adam Project. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, 82%, a B minus, and an 8.2 out of 10. The Adam Project, oh my god, this movie is so good, so good. It has a great cast: Ryan Reynolds, Walker Scobell, Mark Ruffalo, Jennifer Garner, Zoe Saldana. Great cast written by Sean Levy, who directed one of my favourite movies of last year, Free Guy. He also directed Night at the Museum, Night at the Museum 2, Night at the Museum 3. So, yeah. And directed Real Steel, The Internship, which is a very good comedy for me. Cheaper by the Dozen, Date Night. Like, some good movies. And going to direct Deadpool 3. So, cannot wait for that. And yeah, The Adam Project, it's so much fun. It's such a cool sci-fi film. And yeah, I just enjoyed my time with this movie. And I think that this movie, if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Number 30 for me, very surprising, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, an 83%, a B minus, and an 8.3 out of 10. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Oh my god, I am so surprised by this movie. I had no idea that I was going to enjoy this movie this much. It's so good. As a great cast, Antonio Banderas is Puss in Boots. Selma Hayek, Florence Pugh, directed by John Crawford, who directed The Croods: A New Age, which I think is just a good movie. But this one is a big step up from Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. So much fun, such an entertaining animated film, and yeah, probably one of the best out of the Shrek franchise for me, and way better than Puss in Boots 1. So yeah, absolutely deserving to be this high. 29 for me is Prey. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, at 83%, a B minus, and an 8.3 out of 10. Yeah, I had no anticipation for Prey, like, whatsoever. I was like, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of The Predator, but I was gonna check it out anyway, because why not? And, yeah, this movie, so good. The main person in this movie is Amber Mindhunter, who was in Hell or High Water. Like, come on. And also in Prey, and then directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who directed 10 Cloverfield Lane, which, come on, good movie. And yeah, Prey, so much fun. Really enjoyed my time with Prey, and I'm excited to see this movie again. Hopefully we get another one from the Predator franchise like this. because it was so much fun. So much fun. 28 for me is Weird the Al Yankovic Story. Yeah, this movie is definitely deserving to be this high. Weird the Al Yankovic Story, very surprising, another surprising movie. Did I expect anything from this movie? No, not really. But I was like, oh yeah, good cast. Daniel Radcliffe, yeah. Even Rachel Wood, good. Rainn Wilson, good. And directed by Eric Apple, who I think this is his first big film. And yeah, Weird the Al Yankovic Story, very entertaining, very funny, and yeah, just a fun movie. And yeah, I think Daniel Radcliffe did very well as Al Yankovic, and yeah, a very good movie. Rainn Wilson was great, Daniel Radcliffe was great, even Rachel Wood was great. The movie was great, and yeah, definitely check this movie out if you haven't seen it, because it is a must watch. Number 27 for me is The Northman. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, 83%, a B minus, and an 8.3 out of 10. I know a lot of people think this is like the top tier Robert Eggers. Not for me, but it was great. Has a great cast: Alexander Skarsgård, Nicole Kidman, Ethan Hawke, Anna Taylor-Joy, and directed by Robert Eggers, who has directed some good movies. The Lighthouse, The Witch, and The Northman. For me, The Lighthouse is the best out of all of them. So much fun. I had so much fun with The Lighthouse. And yeah, The Northman, it was still a very fun movie. Really enjoyed my time with this movie. It's like a Viking kind of film, which I'm not a huge fan of the Viking kind of genre. Not really my kind of thing. But this movie really showed me how to do a good Viking movie. And yeah, it worked very well for me. But Robert Eggers did amazing, cast did amazing, and yeah, Willem Dafoe. Oh my god, I forgot about you. Willem Dafoe's in here, and yeah, good movie. Check it out. 26, The Woman King. The Woman King I gave a 4 out of 5 stars, 84%, a B minus, and an 8.4 out of 10. The Woman King is a great movie. It has a great cast. You got Viola Davis in here, and the main lead of Thuso. I think she's the main lead. I forgot who was the main lead. But Thuso Mbedu, Latasha Lynch, John Boyega. Then you got the guy from After. I was like, he was alright in this movie. Directed by Gina Prince Bythewood, who directed The Old Guard, which I think is a great movie. And yeah, The Woman King, it was a great movie. Had so much fun watching it, and yeah, Viola Davis absolutely kills it. Well, everyone absolutely kills it, and yeah, so much fun. So much fun. 25 for me, Werewolf by Night. I gave this film a 4.5 out of 5 stars, 84%, a B minus, and an 8.4 out of 10. Werewolf by Night. This is such a surprising special presentation for me because this is another Marvel special presentation. Yes, I had them as films. Yeah, this was the first R-rated Marvel movie, and yeah, Gael Garcia Bernal, is that how you pronounce it? Absolutely kills it as Jack Russell, directed by Michael Giacchino, who hasn't really directed anything, but he is mostly a composer. But the things he's done is The Batman, Spider-Man No Home, Jojo Rabbit, Spider-Man Homecoming, Coco, Ratatouille, Spider-Man Far From Home, Inside Out, Up, Doctor Strange, The Incredibles, Thor Love and Thunder, Rogue One, Incredibles 2, Zootopia, Jurassic World 2, Jurassic World Dominion, Lightyear, Dawn for the Planet of the Apes, War for the Planet of the Apes, Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol. He's done so many amazing movies, and yeah, Werewolf by Night is a very good movie, a great movie. 24 for me is Nope. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, 84%, a B minus, and an 8.4 out of 10. Now, Nope, I think is a great movie. A great movie. I really wish this movie could be in the top 10 for me, but it did drop, and yeah, it made me sad because I had so much fun with this movie. I really, really wanted this to be in the top 10, but you know, from now to number 1, this was all hard to pick through for me. But yeah, Nope, a very, very good movie. Jordan Peele absolutely kills it. Kiki Obama, Daniel Kaluuya, Stephen Yeun, Brendan Pereira, great in this movie. And yeah, 24 for me is Nope. 23 for me is Emily the Criminal. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, 85%, a B plus, and an 8.5 out of 10. I think Emily the Criminal is a great movie. Another surprising movie. I really expected nothing from this film. I was like, oh yeah, it could be fine, it could. But wow, this movie was so much fun. I was invested through the whole film. It has a great cast. Aubrey Plaza, Theo Rossa, and directed by Jordan Patton Ford, who I think this is his first big film, and I think he did amazing as the director. And yeah, everyone did amazing. The movie was great, and I had so much fun watching this. I cannot wait to rewatch this film because it was so much fun. And yeah, absolutely, 23 for me was Emily the Criminal. 22 for me is Tar. Tar, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, at 85%, a B plus, and an 8.5 out of 10. I think Tar was such a surprising film. Did I expect anything? No, but it's a great cast. Cate Blanchett as Tar, or Lydia Tar, directed by Todd Field, who has directed, looks like the only film I've seen from him is Tar, but he's directed Little Children. Never seen that. But anyway, Tar, great movie. I know this movie won't be for everyone who's not into like their films, like heavily into their films. Well, maybe not. But Tar for me, it's a great movie. It's a great movie. 21 for me is Till. At Till, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, 85%, a B plus, and an 8.5 out of 10. So Till is basically the story of Emmett Till. Now, if you don't know who Emmett Till is basically this guy, or a kid, who visited, I think it was Mississippi. He was visiting his cousins, and he went into like a grocery store. He looked at a female, he whistled. Some guys that knew the girl, and the girl told them, "Oh my god, this guy, looked like he harassed me." Not harassed me, went to get Till and basically killed him. Yeah, killed a child who was black. So, depending on what color he goes as, but the two guys were white people, and yeah, back then everything was way different, and yeah, it was not cool whatsoever. Number 20 for me, on a good note, Black Panther Wakanda. No, it's not really. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, 85%, a B plus, and an 8.5 out of 10. I think Black Panther Wakanda Forever was a great movie. Now, we know Chadwick Boseman passed away. He couldn't be in this film because he passed away. Yeah, it's very sad that we couldn't see him in this film. But this movie, it was great. And Letitia Wright was the main character. Absolutely kills it. Ryan Coogler directed it. He has directed some of my favourite films, like Creed, because I'm a huge boxing fan. And yeah, Ryan Coogler, amazing. But Black Panther Wakanda Forever, such an amazing movie. 19 for me is Vengeance. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, 85%, a B plus, and an 8.5 out of 10. I think Vengeance was a great murder mystery. It's directed by BJ Novak, starring BJ Novak, Boyd Holbrook, Zaya Ray, Ashton Kutcher, Dove Cameron. Like a great cast. I don't know how many times I say this during the series, I love murder mysteries. And this movie worked amazing for me. Did I expect anything? No, not really. But I had so much fun watching this movie. It was such a fun movie, and yeah, I cannot wait to rewatch it because I think everyone did a great job, and then the direction was great, and yeah, But 19 for me was Vengeance. 18 for me is Elvis. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, 85%, a B plus, and an 8.5 out of 10. I think Elvis is a great movie. Austin Butler absolutely annihilates the role as Elvis Presley. Tom Hanks as Colonel Tom Parker. He was alright. And then Baz Luhrmann, alright as the director. But the main amazing thing about this movie is Austin Butler as Elvis Presley. He basically embodies this role. He is amazing in this movie. And yeah, Elvis, I had so much fun watching this movie. I loved learning more about Elvis Presley because I didn't really know, I did, but I didn't really know much about Elvis Presley, but because I wasn't born back in the 50s. But Elvis, it's an amazing movie, and yeah, definitely check it out. 17 for me is The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, it's a fun comedy. Has a great cast: Nicolas Cage, Pedro Pascal, Tiffany Haddish, Neil Patrick Harris, Lily Mo Shin, Sharon Horgan, Ike Barinholtz, directed by Tom Gormican, who has directed The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, and also directed That Awkward Moment, which I'm not really a huge fan of. But this movie was really good. I had so much fun with The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. It was such a fun, entertaining movie, and just very funny. Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal's dynamic, well, not dynamic, but like the chemistry together is amazing. Very funny movie, and I definitely recommend you checking it out. 16 for me is Babylon. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, 85%, a B plus, and 8.5 out of 10. I think Babylon was a great movie. Now, I wish it could have been in the top 10 because that would have been sick. Because it's directed by Damien Chazelle, and I love Damien Chazelle's movies. But Damien Chazelle, who directed this movie, did so well, and he has a great cast: Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, Diego Calva, Flea's in here. And yeah, you got Tobey Maguire, who, come on. And yeah, great cast, a very good movie, and I had so much fun watching it. I'm really excited to rewatch it because even though it's 3 hours long, 2 of the 3 I basically just spoiled that. No, you don't know. Anyway, number 16 for me was Babylon. 15 for me was Bones and All. Bones and All, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, at 85%, a B plus, and an 8.5 out of 10. I think Bones and All was a fun movie. Really enjoyed it. It wasn't really a movie I was expecting much from, but it was the first R-rated movie I saw in theaters. Amazing experience. Very good movie to choose for the first one. A cannibal movie. But very good movie. A great movie. Timothée Chalamet, Taylor Russell, great. Mark Rylance, extremely talented. Well, all of them are extremely talented, but Mark Rylance was probably the standout for me. He was absolutely terrifying in this movie, and directed by Luca Guadagnino, as they say. I probably just butchered that name. Who directed Call Me By Your Name, which is another good movie, and a great movie for me. And yeah, Bones and All for me, number 15. 14 for me is X. Yeah, X is this high for me. X, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, 85%, a B plus, and an 8.5 out of 10. I think X was just a fun movie. It's basically a horror movie about a group of people that are making a porno. Yeah, and they basically get killed. Yeah. And there's a great cast. Mia Goth, who, one of my favourite performances of the year. Jenna Ortega, Kid Cudi, Brittany Snow, from bloody Pitch Perfect, and directed by Ty West, who absolutely annihilated this year with both X and Pearl, but X, love this movie. 13 for me is Cha Cha Real Smooth. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, 86%, a B+, and an 8.6 out of 10. Cha Cha Real Smooth was a great movie. I had so much fun with Cha Cha Real Smooth. It's such a surprising movie, really, for me, because I had no anticipation or anything like that for Cha Cha Real Smooth. But God, this movie was good. I had so much fun with Cha Cha Real Smooth. It's such a realistic story about like this guy that doesn't really know what to do with his life. That's basically every person. And yeah, Cha Cha Real Smooth, it's a great movie. Had so much fun with this movie, and I cannot wait to see this movie again because it's such, it's a great movie. I had so much fun. Number 12 for me, is Hustle. Hustle, I gave a 4 out of 5 stars, 88%, a B+, and an 8.8 out of 10. I think Hustle was a great movie. Near awesome for me. Adam Sandler absolutely kills it in this movie. And then Queen Latifah, great in this movie. Then you got Juncho Hernan Gomez, is that how you pronounce it? I think he did amazing in this movie, directed by Jeremiah Zager, who I think this is his like first big movie. And yeah, Ben Foster's in here. You got a lot of basketball stars in your Hustle, a bunch of fun. And the producers are bloody Adam Sandler and LeBron James. Like, come on. And yeah, I had so much fun with this movie, and I cannot wait to watch this movie again because it was just so much fun. Number 11 for me is Glass Onion Knives Out Mystery. This was very hard for me to take off the list. Glass Onion Knives Out Mystery. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, 88%, a B+, and an 8.8 out of 10. I think Glass Onion Knives Out Mystery is a great movie. Near an awesome movie for me. It's so much fun. I've watched this movie like near 4 times. It's so much fun. The cast is amazing. Daniel Craig, Edward Norton, Dave Bautista, Janelle Monáe, Kate Hudson, Kathryn Hahn, Madeline Klein, Leslie Odom Jr., Jessica Henwick, directed by Rian Johnson, which, like, come on, who has directed the first Knives Out, then Glass Onion, Star Wars The Last Jedi, Looper, and now he is writing, I'm pretty sure, Knives Out 3, which, so excited for. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, and I cannot wait to rewatch it. Now into the top 10. My number 10 of the year is Avatar The Way of Water. Avatar The Way of Water, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, an 88%, a B+, and an 8.8 out of 10. Yeah, Avatar The Way of Water, I really expected nothing from this film. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Avatar, never been a fan of Avatar, but this movie is great. It has a great cast: Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, Stephen Lang, Kate Winslet, Cliff Curtis, directed by James Cameron, who is one of the best directors of all time. And yeah, I had so much fun with Avatar The Way of Water. I cannot wait to rewatch this movie because it's so much fun. Such an enjoyable, fun movie. And yeah, Avatar The Way of Water, you definitely need to see it in 3D. And 3 hours long, like, come on. And number 9 for me, this is a bit of a love for me. It's Scream 2022. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, an 88%, a B+, and an 8.8 out of 10. Yeah, Scream 2022 for me. I loved this movie. It's so much fun. It's a great cast in this movie. The direction is amazing. It's the guys who directed Ready or Not. Like, come on. And yeah, this movie, I had so much fun with this movie. So much fun. I loved the kills in this movie. Ghostface was awesome to see. The OGs are great to see back again. I cannot wait for Scream. Is it VI or IV? I don't know, 6. Scream 6. Cannot wait. I'm finally going to see it in theaters. Cannot wait to do that. And yeah, Scream 2022. Such an awesome, great movie. Number 8 for me, a little bit of a liking. It's Violent Night. I gave this film a 4 out of 5 stars, 88%, a B+, and an 8.8 out of 10. Because this is how you want to treat people. David Harbour playing Santa Claus killing people. That basically reminds me of Die Hard. This movie reminds me of Die Hard, and I love Die Hard. This movie is great. It's great. I had so much fun watching Violent Night. It's such a fun, entertaining film. The cast is amazing. The direction is amazing. And yeah, I had so much fun with Violent Night. I cannot wait to see this movie again because it's so much fun. You need to watch this movie because it is a must watch. It's so much fun. Number 7 for me is Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yes, this was actually originally off the top 10, but I rewatched it and I was like, yes, no, you're making it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, 88%, a B+, and an 8.8 out of 10. I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is a near awesome movie for me. This movie is amazing. I loved Everything Everywhere All at Once. This movie is way better than Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, because if you don't know, this is a multiverse movie. And yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once, so much fun. Surprised me out of nowhere because I had no expectations or nothing for this film. But it has a great cast: Michelle Yeoh, Ki-Hu Kwan, Stephanie Hsu, and then directed by the Daniels, and produced by the Russo brothers. Like, come on. And yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once is deserving to be number 7 for me. Number 6 for me is The Fabelmans. The Fabelmans I gave a 4 out of 5 stars, an 88%, a B+, and an 8.8 out of 10. Yes, it's a Steven Spielberg movie that made my list. The Fabelmans, this movie was awesome, great. It's a great movie. And basically, the story is basically just about Steven Spielberg and him as a child and, why I wanted to make films, how he made films. Well, basically Steven Spielberg's life. That's really it. It's a great cast in this movie. Gabrielle LaBelle, who plays basically the fictionalized version of Steven Spielberg. Michelle Williams, Paul Dano, Seth Rogen, Jude Hirsch, and directed by, of course, Steven Spielberg, who has directed some of the best films of all time. And yeah, The Fabelmans is definitely a movie I would recommend. Number 5 for me, yes, it made it. The Menu. I give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars, a 90%, an A, and a 9 out of 10. The Menu is an awesome movie. I had so much fun watching The Menu. This is such a special and awesome movie that I love. The Menu is, just amazing. Such a surprising film. And this movie, so good. If you haven't seen it, I'll definitely recommend you checking this out. It made me feel like food after watching it because it is a food film. But maybe it's more than that. You have to find out. But The Menu. It's an awesome movie. Number 4 for me is The Banshees of Inisherin. I gave this film a 4.5 out of 5 stars, and 92%, an A, and a 9.2 out of 10. You having your 16-year-old would like The Banshees of Inisherin? Well, I had no idea. But The Banshees of Inisherin is an awesome movie. I had no expectations for this one because it wasn't even in like my top 10 of the anticipated for 2022. But it has a great cast: Colin Farrell, Brendan Gleeson, Kerry Condon, Barry Keoghan, directed by Martin and McDonough, who directed Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and the Bridges, is that what it's called? And Bridges, God. 7 Psychopaths, and he has an untitled one, that stars Oscar Isaac, Sam Rockwell, and Christopher Walken. Yeah, I'm already in. And yeah, The Bench of Inisherin is number 4 for me. Number 3 for me, I know a lot of people probably wouldn't agree with this. It's Bullet Train. I gave this film a 4.5 out of 5 stars, a 94% A minus, and a 9.4 out of 10. Bullet Train is amazing. I loved Bullet Train. Bullet Train is such a surprising film. I have to put, like, my kind of movies into here, which it was Violent Night and Bullet Train and Scream. And yeah, Bullet Train, so damn good. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It is a must-watch movie because it's so good. I love it. Oh god, it just makes me want to rewatch it. Yeah, this movie, did I expect something from it? Yeah, because the cast was amazing. The director, by David Leitch, who has directed some of my favourite movies. And yeah, Bullet Train, number 3 for me. Number 2 for me is The Batman. I gave this film a 5 out of 5 stars, a 96%, A plus, and a 9.6 out of 10. Yeah, The Batman. Oh my god. Am I surprised by how good this movie is? Yes. Did I expect anything from this? Well, I'm not really surprised by how good this movie is, because I knew it was going to be good. I had a gut feeling. But this movie, it just makes me want to rewatch this movie again. It's so damn good. So damn good. And the movie is directed by Matt Reeves, who directed Dawn and War of the Planet of the Apes, Cloverfield, and the cast is Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, Paul Dano, Jeffrey Wright, John Turturro, Peter Sarsgaard, Andy Serkis, Colin Farrell. Like a great cast. The Batman is number 2 for me. But my favourite movie of 2022 was Top Gun Maverick. I gave this film a 5 out of 5 stars, a 96%, an A plus, and a 9.6 out of 10. Oh my god. The Top Gun Maverick is, well, now in my all-time favorite movies of all time. It's that good. Top Gun Maverick, I've watched this movie about like 7 times. It's so entertaining, so enjoyable, and I just love literally every second of this film. It's such a fun, action-packed, well, not, yeah, it is action-packed, full of jets. And yeah, I had so much fun with Top Gun Maverick. If you haven't seen this movie, definitely check this movie out. It is a must-watch. And yeah, Tom Cruise kills it. The rest of the cast kill it. Joseph, is it Joseph? Is that your name? Hold up. What's your name? Yeah, Joseph Kosinski, who directed it. Amazing. But Top Gun Maverick was a awesome movie. Cannot wait to rewatch it. But that is it. We are finally finished. All 225 movies I saw in 2022 ranked. I'm hopefully not going to watch as many this year because, God, I just want to keep mine. I don't want to go insane. I've watched too many movies this year. Jeez. Last year. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this series. But yeah, thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.